Amelia Reid stood motionless as the coffin was lowered into the earth. Her father, once the proud owner of Reid Tailors, was gone. A man broken by debt, swallowed by a corporate storm he couldn't fight. Behind her, the rain fell soft. But inside her, a storm had begun. "You took everything from us, Grayson Hale," she whispered. "I swear, one day I'll take it back." That rainy day didn't just bury a man, it birthed a mission. And from that moment, revenge became her only inheritance. Nearly a decade later, Amelia was no longer the grieving girl from a forgotten town. She had built Threadline, an AI fashion empire designed to make her father's name mean something again. But under the sleek design and brilliant branding, her true mission remained hidden. Get close to Grayson Hale. Tear down his empire from the inside. Each investor meeting, each algorithm built, was part of her blueprint for vengeance. She didn't want profits, she wanted poetic justice. It was at an exclusive tech gala in downtown Manhattan, glass ceilings, golden lighting, and glasses never empty. He noticed her immediately. Grayson Hale, polished, powerful, precise. What he saw was a rising tech star. What she saw was a man marked for ruin. He offered interest. She offered a smile. Inside that handshake, Amelia planted the seed of his downfall. Their alliance was business, but her intention was war. Beneath the glittering chandeliers, predator and prey toasted to the same glass. Working closely with Grayson in late-night strategy sessions, Amelia earned his trust, and with it, access to the company's deepest data vaults. He believed she was the brilliant partner he never had. But every signed document and decrypted system brought her one step closer to her real objective. Amelia dove into the files like a surgeon cutting into the heart of a monster. Offshore accounts. Confidential settlements. Silent victims. But then, she found something she wasn't prepared for. A folder marked Walter Reid, encrypted confession. What began as data mining turned into soul-crushing discovery. She hadn't expected to find her father's ghost in the system. And suddenly, the war she was waging shifted from rage to reckoning. "I took shortcuts," her father confessed, voice trembling. "I sold my clients' designs. Grayson warned me. I didn't listen." Amelia stared at the screen, shattered. Her entire life, every motive, every plan, was built on a lie. Hale hadn't destroyed her father. He'd buried the truth to protect her family name. The villain she had hunted wasn't her enemy, but her father's reluctant shield. And now, exposing Hale would expose her father's deepest shame. She had the power to destroy him with one speech. But Amelia knew, if she did, her father's name would be dragged through the same mud. So she chose silence, not to protect Grayson Hale, but to protect a man who once stood for something. Her revenge ended, not in fire, but in a single, final breath of peace. As cameras waited for her to speak, she simply walked away from the war. She had carried her father's burden long enough. Months later, she found her peace not in power, but in purpose. A check arrived in silence. A thank you without words. Grayson Hale had disappeared from headlines. But not from her story. And as she watched her students build futures from code, she realized. Letting go was the most powerful move she ever made. The empire she dreamed of tearing down had funded a future worth building.